Welcome back, everyone. All right, so let's talk a little bit about error messages here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the most common error that you will have, and that is not putting a semicolon at the end of the line. At least this was the error that when I was first learning, the biggest error. So you'll see that what will end up happening here is you'll see that there is an error here, and it says at the bottom here, it says source file error expected semicolon after expression. So that one's pretty straightforward, although it's a little bit technical. Okay, so what it says is that it's an expected semicolon, and then if you put that back in, you can see that it goes ahead and it works. Well, that's perfect. But what happens if we get something a little bit more complicated? So we put that here. I'm just copying and pasting it there, by the way. And then this is not supposed to work because, again, everything that we have to do is in this int main here. So we're going to go ahead and run that. And then it says unknown type cout. And the reason is that, again, in order to use this functionality here, you have to have it in the int main. That's essentially what it's saying, unknown type. And we can go ahead and watch this. I can go and delete this, for example, and watch this. You'll see that it does work, but in this case, it doesn't actually do what it's supposed to. So this is a whole other different kind of bug. So there are bugs where the compiler just simply won't make it work. And what I mean by the compiler is again, in order when we push run, again, it reads it line by line, and then it executes the command that we give it to, right? And that's what I mean by compile. All right, so when it compiles, there's something wrong, like the cout's in the wrong area, and that it puts up, it throws an exception. It doesn't actually work. The second kind of error is where it technically works, but it doesn't do what we're supposed to. Now, if you've taken the JavaScript portion of these 1-hour series, you'll notice that JavaScript kind of just mashes things together. And what I mean by that is that you can pretty much do whatever you want with JavaScript, and it's gonna make it work. Not in C++. You can't really just mash things together and expect it to work. All right. So in this case here, you see that hello world is not even being displayed, and you see that there was no error message as well. So this is a different kind of bug. Now, when it comes to these kind of bugs, these are worse than the compiler errors. The compiler errors throw you a bug, which is great because you're like, oh, I missed a semicolon. Oh, I put this in the wrong place. Oh, I misspelled this word. But the other kind of bug, you don't know, and you have to go read code by line, and that's again why I suggest testing early. The more you test early, the better chance you have of actually getting your program to do whatever it is you want it to do. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.